So the requirement I am going to explain you first. So every time when you open this form, okay, here in the caller, whoever is the logged in person, that person name should be populated. Whoever is the current logged in user here, that person name should be populated. So same requirement we had already achieved. Did you guys remember that? When did we achieve that?
G_form, that one, that time.
No. So we were able to achieve the same requirement by setting the default value. Default value on the caller field. If you go to the caller field here, if you go to the configure dictionary means you will actually go to that particular field. Okay. If you go here, you can set the default value here. So let me just scroll a little down here. Advanced view. You can just click on, you clicked on advanced view, right? So use dynamic, you can actually select me. So if you update this dictionary, right? Here, if you open the form, you guys can see, are we able to populate the current logged in user or not? He is the current logged in user, right? We are able to populate the current logged in user or not?
Yes, Uday.
Remember one thing, guys. Remember one thing. This default value will only work for the new forms. This default value will work for the new forms. This is new record, right? So let us say, if I change it as Abraham Lincoln, if I change it as, let us say, able tutor, if I save this one. So for the existing record, are we able to see any default value here? Is it populating the current logged in user? Is it? No, right? It is not populating the current logged in user, right? It is only populating the current logged in user value in the caller field for the new records only. So let me just open the case record again, case new record. For new records, it is populating the current logged in user. For existing records, it will not. Is that clear?
Yes.
So we have actually achieved the requirement using default value. So without using default value, I want to achieve it using client script. Okay. Without using default value, I want to achieve it using client script. So you guys can ask me, so if we are able to achieve it using default value, why do we have to use client scripts? You don't have to use client scripts. You just have to have an idea that we can also achieve it using client script as well. Okay. Now I have removed the default value. So you have noticed that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same requirement, I am going to achieve it using client script. So I am actually creating a new client script. Populate logged in user. Okay. I am selecting on load. On the form load, it should happen. So what I am doing here, we have actually learned about glide user API and glide form API, right? So those glide user APIs and glide form APIs we have to use here. So here, right, G_form dot set value. Set value is used to set the value of particular field. So here, which field value we have to set? Caller field value, right? So here, this is actually label. The one which you are actually seeing is actually label. So if you right click on this one, you can see the name of the field. That is actually u_caller. So you have to take the name of the field. So u_caller, comma. So to populate the current logged in user, which API do we have to use?
Get value.
To populate the current logged in user value, which API do we have to use?
Glide user.
Yes.
Glide user.
Very good, very good. Who has answered that?
Nazia, sir.
Nazia, very good, Nazia. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So here you have to use user ID. User ID will actually give you the current logged in user sysID. Why do you use sysID? Here, caller field is actually a reference field. This is actually a reference field, right? For reference fields, you have to always pass the sysID as value. So here, that is why I am actually using g_form.setValue, u_caller, and current logged in user system ID. So if you just save this one, if you just save this one, so if you refresh this one, the form, the onload client script will run. After running the onload client script, it will actually populate value in the caller field. So are we able to populate the value in the caller field or not?
Yes, Uday.
With the current logged in user. Who is the current logged in user here? Same value we are able to populate it here, right? So
Yes,
here,
Uday.
here, what you guys have to understand is this onload client script will run both on new record and existing record. This onload client script will run on new record and existing record. So if I go to the case list, let me just go to case list. So now we are actually on case list. So here the caller is actually this person. Okay, Alexandra. He is not a current logged in user, right? So if I open this record, it should show Alexandra name. So it should show Alexandra name, right? So instead of that, it will show system administrator name. So this is actually case task, right? Let me just open case table. So in place of Elisa, it is actually showing system administrator or not. 1104 number. For the 1104 record, who is the caller? Elisa, right? So here in the caller, Elisa name should be shown, but it is showing system administrator name. Did you guys guess why is that? Here it should show as Elisa name in the caller field. So in place of Elisa, it is showing system administrator name because on the form load, the onload client script is running. It is actually overriding Elisa name with system administrator name. Did you guys notice that? Guys? Hello?
Yes, Uday.
Hello?
Uday.
Uday. Yeah, we are able to get.
Okay. So is that clear or not?
Yes, Uday, clear.
No, sir. Could you please explain this again?
You are not clear, Uday.
Okay. So
So the previous record, I mean, few
existing
minutes.
record. So first you guys have to understand one thing. What is the difference between new record and existing record? So if it is actually system ID is -1, it is new record, right?
Yes, Uday.
So for new records, it is actually populating fine. So for existing records, you would have changed the color, right? So now this is a new record. Okay. I have selected test here. let me just refresh this one more time. So the system ID is actually -1. That means new record. So here it is actually populated the current logged in user, which is fine. Till here it is fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
for new record, it is actually populating current logged in user, which is fine. After that, I have actually changed it as able tutor. Okay, and I'm just clicking on test here. Clicking on test here, and selecting the value as this one. I'm selecting the value as SN2 as well here. So after saving this one, right here in the caller field, it should show able tutor, right? It will not show able tutor. It will show system administrator again. See, is it showing able tutor or system administrator?
System admin.
System admin.
Which value it should supposed to show?
So user entered the able tutor, but in backend we mentioned this sys ID, so that's why it's coming. I mean,
Yes.
system.
Yeah. So for existing records, see, this current logged in username should be populated only for the new records. This is an existing record, right? For existing records, this value should not be current logged in username should not be populated. So in that case, what we can do is we can actually keep the condition here. So what condition we keep here? If the form is if the form is new form, G underscore form dot is new record. So this is new record will actually check if the form is new record or existing record. So now I have just kept the condition, right? If it is only new record, only then populate the current logged in user value in the caller. So now if you refresh this one, it will show able tutor. Is that clear?
Yes, Uday. So Uday, could you please create
Now,
a new?
I'm just opening the new form now. So on the new form, it is populating the current logged in user. Now you just changed it as able tutor again. Okay. So now once I create this one, it will become existing record. Okay. So then what you will do, you will just save this one. This time it will not populate the current logged in user because this will become existing record, right? So is it changing the value of the color field?
No.
Is that clear?